Karen and James, both in their early 70s, live in a charming colonial home in Connecticut. Karen, a retired interior designer with a flair for vintage wallpaper, and James, a former aerospace engineer, have built a comfortable life. Between their home, retirement accounts, and an investment property, their net worth is around $2.5 million. As they sip coffee one morning, Karen reads from a local paper, nursing home costs now exceed $120,000 per year. She's concerned. She tells her husband, James, we could burn through everything we have just staying alive. James agrees, and Medicare won't help unless we are broke. That's when they call their estate attorney. Their lawyer introduces them to a tool used by many affluent families, the Irrevocable Medicaid Trust. It's not illegal, but it's controversial. And here's how it works. First, they transfer their assets into the trust, including their home and investment accounts. They relinquish control. The trust is managed by their adult daughter, not themselves. Then they wait out the 5-year look-back period, during which Medicaid scrutinizes asset transfers. Once the clock runs out, those assets, $2.5 million worth of assets, are no longer countable for Medicaid eligibility. They are still millionaires, but on paper, they appear to be poor. They have less than $2,000 in assets, just enough to qualify for Medicaid if long-term care is needed. Karen jokes at brunch, "We are millionaires who qualify for government aid. Isn't that something?" Her friend, a retired nurse, isn't amused. Medicaid was meant for people who are poor, not those who pretend to be. Karen is not concerned. We follow the rules, we just planned better. Karen and James are not alone. Across the country, wealthy families use legal loopholes to protect assets while accessing public benefits. It's a well-known strategic estate planning. But what it really does is shift costs to taxpayers and strains Medicaid systems meant for the truly needed. Still, for Karen and James, the trust offers peace of mind. Their legacy remains intact, their children won't be burdened, and they will inherit all their assets while government pays for their medical needs. Karen and James now sleep soundly, knowing their legacy is protected and their future care subsidized by taxpayers. They didn't break the law, they just bent it with precision. And as they toast their estate planner over Chardonnay, the question lingers. When you think of freeloaders milking the system, who do you think of?